The Battle of Britain is a battle within World War II that took the course of a little bit over 2 months. This battle is the first to prove that Hitler isn't omnipotent and could be defeated. With this in mind, how did this all start? It all happened back in 1940. The Nazis were finished with France and got on moving on to Britain. And though the Nazis had constant victories throughout World War II till that point, the people from Britain didn't accept defeat easily and had put up a fight. But this fight wasn't fair by any means. While the Nazis have 2,550 airplanes in stock for the war, Britain, even with the help of 15 other countries, only have 1,964. But in the end, Britain still quote-unquote won the war. What gives? It turns out that the pilots from the RAF, short for Royal Air Force, were all very eager for this battle. This battle to them was their first experience to have a chance on shooting someone off a plane, and even to some of them, to just fly a plane. Although this eagerness triggered the pilots to be more restless, it also meant that these pilots were more inexperienced and more immature. I sat by one of the pilots that took part in the Battle of Britain in an interview.
When you joined the RAF at 23, what was it like knowing that you could potentially be fighting pilots that had already experienced air combat in Spain?
Oh, fact of life, actually. So there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. You just had to make sure that you knew what you were doing. Yes, I think that you had to make sure that your tactics were right.
Were your tactics right?
No. We were flying Vics with 3 in line of stern, by which time the German were flying loose finger 4. Well, we were flying the old system, and it wasn't until after the battle when people sort of sat down and thought about it.
On top of that, their inexperience to an extent had one of the pilots almost crashing a dozen of idle airplanes during takeoff while almost dying. Luckily, fact proves that a patterned part exceeds brute force. On top of how the pilots were eager for the war, the other factor that contributes to Britain's victory was how the Nazis strategized their tactics. When the Nazis first attacked, they targeted air bases and fortresses. But maybe because of the confidence they had, or because of the resistance force put up by the British, they decided to make an attempt on ending the war quickly through destroying the moral hearts of the citizens. They did this by targeting commons like churches and hospitals. But the reality was that the attacks only reinforced the determination of British residents. After the first few attacks, people from all backgrounds got up and did whatever they can to help. The help that they had includes pilots coming from all over Europe, members of the WWII, and factory workers that helped repairing and manufacturing new airplanes. With this battle being the first one to break Hitler's win streak, what influence did it have to us? The effect done was limited to an existing museum in England and anniversaries that get held annually. Although this is not a lot, we should all remember this battle and how it had given hope to everyone to fight against Hitler. Without it, we may as well be living in Earth X.